Welcome to the Geotechnical Engineering Lab. So this is your second lab, which is the hydrometer analysis. So a hydrometer analysis is the process by which fine-grained soils like silts and clays are graded. So a hydrometer analysis is performed if the grain sizes are too small for the sieve analysis. So this is basically like a continuation of your sieve analysis test. So today we are going to look at the objectives of this test first. So first is studying the concept of Stokes law. Second one is studying the particle size distribution curve for silts and clay, and then we are going to find the percentage of silts and clay at this end. So why do we need to use the Stokes law? We need to find the diameter of the particles, as the diameter of the silt and clay is smaller than the number 200 sieve, which is smaller than 75 microns. So the Stokes law relates the diameter of particles with the velocity of particles, which is also a function of the unit weight of soil and unit weight of water and the viscosity of water. So the greater the size of the particles, the greater will be the velocity. So we are going to measure the distance and time of travel of the particles. So these are the materials we are going to use for the lab. The first one is the hydrometer, which has a least count of 1 mm. We're going to use a couple of measuring cylinders to prepare the solution. We also need distilled water, deflocculating agent, which is the sodium hexametaphosphate, and we're going to need 50 grams of soil passing through number 200 sieve. We move forward with the experiment. We need to do some corrections. For that, we need to prepare a solution of the deflocculating agent. So we need 4% of the agent. So we have 40 grams of this deflocculating agent, which is sodium hexametaphosphate, and we are going to mix it with 1 liter of distilled water. So after we have prepared the deflocculating agent solution, we have taken 125 ml of that, and then we are going to dilute it with the distilled water. Okay, now let's add 875 ml of distilled water in the solution. We prepare the solution. We are going to put a rubber stopper, and then we're going to shake it so that it gets mixed properly. So in this experiment, we are going to have 3 corrections. The first one is the zero correction, which is denoted by FZ. So we need to know whether the zero on the hydrometer aligns with the water level in the measuring cylinder. So after we put the hydrometer in the measuring cylinder, we are going to wait till it comes to an equilibrium and then check the zero reading. So as you can see, the zero is not aligned with the water level and it is above. So approximately it's around 7 mm. So as you saw, we had an additional 7 mm reading on the hydrometer, and this needs to be subtracted from the reading. So you have a formula in the manual which can be used to subtract this reading. So you can put a positive 7 mm in place of MC, which will be deducted automatically. For example, if you had this zero reading below the water level for like 7 mm, you can put negative 7 right here, so it will be added. So as you can see, the upper meniscus corresponds to 6.5 mm and the lower meniscus is around 7 mm. So we are going to look into the third correction now, which is the temperature correction. So for that, we need to put a thermometer in the measuring cylinder and record the temperature. So as you can see, the temperature is around 22 degrees Celsius. So you have the formula for Ft, which is the temperature correction in your manual. You just have to substitute the value of T, which we just measured as 22 degrees Celsius, and you have to substitute the value of Ft in RCP. So the 50 gram soil we have to add it to the beaker. And then add the 125 ml the deflocculating agent solution, and then mix it with the help of a spatula. Once you have made sure that the soil is mixed thoroughly, you need to add it to the mixture cup. You can use the distilled water to wash the extra soil. Make sure you add water so it's filled up to 2/3. So to you mix the solution thoroughly, we need to use a mixer. And we need to leave it for 2 minutes. After you are done, carefully remove the cup from the mixer and then make sure you remove all the soil from the top. Take the contents from the cup and then pour it in the measuring cylinder. Make sure you remove all the contents using the distilled water. Fill the remaining measuring cylinder with the distilled water. Let the bubbles settle and then fill it up to 1000 ml. Put the rubber stopper and then shake it well. Okay, so to start with the experiment, we need two readings. One is with the thermometer, which is in the deflocculating agent solution, and the second one is in the soil solution where we are going to place the hydrometer. We are going to wait until it comes to an equilibrium. So we are going to take the reading at t equal to 0, t equal to 15 seconds, t equal to 30 seconds, and then t equal to 1 minute. The next reading is at 2 minutes. At 2 minutes, after 2 minutes, you need to take off the hydrometer and then put it in the deflocculating agent to wash the soil particles which are attached to the hydrometer, so that there is no error in the hydrometer reading. So the next reading is at 4 minutes. So you need to take the reading and after that you need to wash it again. And every interval after 4 minutes you have to wash it, and before 10 seconds. So for plotting the particle size distribution curve, we need the diameter of the particle and the percentage finer. So for calculating the diameter of the particle, we are going to use the Stokes law, where we know the viscosity of the water, the unit weight of water, and the unit weight of soil, and then the length of the travel and the time of travel. We are going to calculate that. So this first term is denoted by A, which can be calculated from table 5.2, which is in your manual, and you will need the specific gravity of the soil. You can take it as 2.7, and then the temperature of the water. So for calculating the L, this is the formula they have given in the manual, which is a function of volume of the hydrometer and the cross-sectional area. And L2 is taken as 14 centimeters. Please note that L is in meters and then T is in minutes. So for calculating L1, you will need this formula and RCL. So if you remember, RCL is a function of the reading, the hydrometer reading, and the FM, which is the meniscus correction. So for calculating the percent finer, you will need RCP, which is a function of the hydrometer reading, the temperature correction, and the zero correction. So after you calculate RCP, you can calculate the percent finer by using this formula, and you can calculate this A using table 5.5, and this is also a function of dry mass of soil, which is 50 gram. And you can calculate this percent finer corresponding to the diameter of the particle.
Thus, from the sieve analysis, you can plot the particle size distribution graph ranging from gravel to certainty, that is like 0.1 millimeter.
And then once you have the hydrometer test results, you can plot the graph after the sand.
So you're required to discuss about the type of graph that you do in your lab report. So basically there are three types of graph. One is poorly graded, well graded, and then the other one is gap graded. So well graded graph, PSD graph, they cover mostly from gravel to silt and clay, which will have a smooth curve covering from all the soil particle size.
And for poorly graded, it will be majority of the soil sand covered and silt and clay won't be covered.
And finally, the gap graded soil PSD curves, which will have a gap in the middle, because that means there is that particular size of particle is missing. So there will be a gap. That's why we call it a gap